Wasn't that jolly and Christmassy? Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek and welcome to episode 116 of Magnificent Mondays. And this week we're looking at... Hang on, I forgot to get it ready. We're looking at Violent Night starring David Harbour. Excellent film and very Christmassy because it's about Santa Claus. So that's what we're going to be looking at tonight. But before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Right, let's check, make sure we're live everywhere. We're live on YouTube, yes we are. We're live on Rumble, yes we are. And we're live on Twitch. Don't know why I keep doing Twitch, but we're live on there as well. Explore the description for links for stuff like merch and my books, which are under there. Amazon Kindle and paperback, give them a whirl, and all that stuff. What else? For links for me websites and me channels and stuff like that. Me social medias, I keep forgetting about them, don't I? Me Facebook and X and Instagram and all them down there. Right, so, is that it? Become a member and you get early access videos and exclusive videos and stuff like that. And all that palaver. Right, and super chats and super thanks be greatly appreciated. Right, off with LOL go. Wingrace is here, is in the house. Every night can be a violent night if only you believe. Yes, you've got to believe in the violence of this film, not of general life in general. And Justin's here saying hello to everybody. Hello, Justin. Welcome to the show. Right, Violent Night from 2022. So it's a reasonably new film. They're doing a sequel. I think that's coming out next year, I think. So probably for Christmas, I imagine. I don't know. I haven't checked. But anyway. Oh, yes, it is. It says there. It has David Harbour. Who else? John Leguizamo, or Johnny Legs, as they called him in the commentary. And other people that you've never heard of. And Beverly D'Angelo. She's in it as well. Although she looks like she's had some work done. But anyway, she's good in it. Directed by Tommy Wirkola, did I say that? Who's most famous for his Dead Snow films. He's a Norwegian director. Produced by David Leitch, the guy who brought us, what's his face? John Wick, that's the fella, him. Right, so at a budget of $20 million, so not a massive budget. What would you class this as, a medium budget film? I don't know. But it did 76.6 million at the box office, so I suppose it did okay. And what was the critical response? It's got a 73% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I suppose is okay. Right, so we'll get on with it, shall we? We're not going to watch the film, obviously, because YouTube will go mental. We're going to watch it in a series of stills. I try and talk about what I've gleaned from the special features on the Blu-ray. Some deleted scenes, which are, whatever, deleted scenes, and a little bit behind the scenes stuff, and a commentary, which was very entertaining. So that's what we're going to do. Justin says, sorry I missed Friday. I was at the Overlook Hotel. Oh, blimey, crikey. Did you see Dick Halloran? Because he's on his way there, isn't he? If you watch it, Welcome to Derry. Anyway. But that was spooky. Was it at the Stanley Hotel or the one that they used in the film, which I forgot what it's called. But let us know. Right, so I will make myself teeny tiny and we'll get on with this flick, shall we? If I can find me little thingy-my-bobs. Me thingy-my-bobs. There we go. Right, we're off. We're off and running. Here it is. Ignore that. I usually check the subtitles. I didn't. Honest, I didn't. Josh. I've got it. I'm allowed to have a copy. Bloody subtitles. Wingrace says, I haven't finished it yet. Well, he's going to survive. He just opened his mental box in the episode I watched. Okie doke, I can't remember. Yeah, I think I do. It's a Stephen King thing, isn't it? He likes his memory warehouses and stuff like that, doesn't it? Dick Halloran has a similar sort of thing, I think, doesn't he? Anyway, right, off we go. Universal. Right. So, let's get past all this lot. Right, we begin in Bristol, England. Although it's not. It's filmed entirely in Canada, in Winnipeg, in Manitoba. Is this? But this is supposed to be England. I imagine it's somewhere in Winnipeg. A lot of snow on the ground. We don't get a lot of snowy Christmases in this country, probably particularly in Bristol, because that's in kind of the south of England. But anyway, never mind. And we're heading to this bar, which is called Wee Johnny's. Right, so this is where we're going to meet Santa. There he is. There's David Harbour having a drinky in this quaint English pub. But he's having another. He's pretty plastered. He's kind of a gruff old Santa. I don't think he wants to do it anymore because he thinks the kids nowadays are not nice for the most part. Then another Santa comes in and goes, bitter, pint, because they've all got, traditional Bristolian, is that how you pronounce Bristolian? I don't know how you pronounce it. Bristol accents. They just sound like Australians. I think they're Canadian actors. But anyway. Sorry, Justin, I'm not ignoring you. I saw The Shining on IMAX, 45-year anniversary. Cool. Yes, you said you were going to see it recently, didn't you? The Shining or The Shining. Don't want to be sued. Red Ram. There we go. Red Ram. Creepy. There you go. Shining. Oh, it should be Shining. Don't want to get sued. That's a Simpsons reference, if anybody's wondering. Right, where were we? Oh, Bristolian. They haven't got Bristol accents, because they'd all be saying, point a bit of Madeira. That's how they'd be talking if they were from Bristol. But they're not. He's going, well, we'll demonstrate if I can get my stuff to work. Here we go.
Ho, ho. Bitter pint.
Bitter pint. Sounds more Australian than bloody English, but never mind. Anyway, so he's having a party. Obviously, he's a mall Santa. That's how he's listed in the credits. British mall or English mall Santa. Not that we have many malls. We have a few knocking about, but anyway. There you go. She's asking him if he's driving. Anyway, so it's where he gets into a little rant about Christmas being rubbish. We see him breaking some walnuts in his hands and all that. But he thinks kids these days, they don't deserve gifts because they're spoiled brats and they just want the next thing. There goes. As soon as they're finished unwrapping, they're wanting the next present and all that stuff. They're just like little junkies, he says. They just want to crave and consume. And so the other Santa says, I don't like to see a Santa in distress. Put his drinks on my tab. Which is something you don't really see in England. Tabs in pubs. Not when I used to go to the pub anyway. You paid for your stuff as you got it. I know that's probably a British thing. I don't know. I know in a lot of countries, particularly Germany, you go in and you drink your booze and they mark it on a thing. They mark how many drinks you've had and then you pay for it afterwards. But in England, you pay for it as you get it. You don't have tabs. Unless he's a local. Maybe he's a regular and maybe she trusts him. I don't know. But anyway. Windgrace wants a hippopotamus for Christmas. Okie dokie. I'm sure that's a reference to something. But anyway. Maybe for a regular... I just said that. Maybe a regular... I've only ever paid as I go. Yeah. Maybe he's a regular. Who knows? Anyway, so he says he's got to go then. And... yes. He says, before I go, while I remember, this is a gift... a present for your grandson Mickey, and that new video game. There you go, to Mickey from Santa. And how do you know I have a grandson? And then he exits, but he goes upstairs, all the way upstairs, because as we saw, there was a sign pointing down to the cellar, wasn't there, where the bar was. So, but anyway, that door leads to the roof. There we go. So we're going to have to go several flights of stairs to get up to the roof. But anyway. It's a famous Christmas song over here, is it? All right, okie dokie. Over there. Maybe it is over here, but I just don't know it. I don't know anything. I'm an idiot. Right, so anyway, so she comes up. Hey, you can't be up here, she says in a Bristolian accent. Cool, blimey, you can't be up here. If you break your neck, I'm the one that's got to pay for it. And all that stuff. But then she sees, yeah, he's on his sleigh. Yay! She believes now in Santa. She goes, it's the real. And then we get his first laugh of the film. There we go. It's. And then he throws up on her. Oh, what have I knocked over? Just knocked something over under my desk. I just heard something fall down. What was it? Don't know. Not the cats, is it? No, not the cats doing stuff. Something just fallen under my desk. And I don't know what it was. Never mind. There we go. Nice view there of him projectile vomiting all over this poor woman. Actually, and then it cuts to it hitting the floor as well. There we go. There we go. And that was actually the original shot. It said it hits the floor by her feet, the vomit. But then Tommy Wirkola says, why don't we just have a hit in the face? So that's what they did instead. So they've included both shots. Then we go, Violet Night, so we're off. Lots of Christmassy music, but obviously I can't play it. Have a little snippet. There we go. Right, so then we cut to, I don't know where it's supposed to be actually. Does it say? I don't know where it's supposed to be set. Somewhere in America. Greenwich, Connecticut. I don't know if it ever tells us, but it says in the plot description on Wikipedia. It doesn't really matter where it is, I suppose. But they're in Greenwich, Connecticut, and it's very snowy, look. Is it snowy where you are? Oh, they just say there, look. In big white letters over the white snow. I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, there we go. He's got his gift for his mom. And now, this is, by the way, I forgot his name. I forgot the bloody character's name. I'm hopeless. I'll tell you in a minute. Jason, played by Alex Hassel, who is an English actor, I do believe. Let me just double check. I'm sure they said he was English. Yes, he is an English actor, putting on an American accent. It does look familiar. I don't know if I've seen him in. What have I seen him in? Let's have a look. He's got one of those faces. It looks a little bit like Jude Law, but different, doesn't it? Anyway. Right, filmography. Cold Mountain. He were in that. I've only seen that once. No, I've not seen him in anything. There's been a few films. What's he been on telly? What's he? Torchwood. Has been on Torchwood. So there we go. I've seen him in that. What else? Loads of stuff. The Bill, obviously, because every English actor's been in The Bill and Holby City and Casualty. No, The Boys. We're in The Boys. He played Translucent in The Boys. Was that one that got blown up right at the beginning? In episode 1, I think. Probably wrong. Anywho, so there we go. An English actor. He's married to Emma King, whoever she is. Don't know. Right. Boat bomb. But that Translucent. Yeah. It was early on, wasn't it, in The Boys. Anyway. So there he is. He's from a very rich family. I forgot what his name. Jason Lightstone, I think the name of the family is. I don't bloody say there. I don't say there either. I think it's Lightstone. Yes, Jason Lightstone. They're a super wealthy family. But anyway, he's being picked up by his, I don't know if it's his ex-wife or if they're just separated. Does it say? It just says estranged, so we guess they're separated. His estranged wife, whose name I've also forgotten, Linda, who's played by an actress called Alexis Lauder. Who? Alexis Lauder. So he's called Alex, she's called Alexis. I bet that was fun on the set. But anyway, and that's his daughter. Why can I not remember any of the bloody names? Trudy, of course, because it's short for Gertrude, played by Leah Brady. Anyway, so here we are. So she's picking him up, and they're heading out to the family estate. We see they're not getting. He's trying to get on with his wife, but she doesn't want to know so much. And then this is where we learn that she's been watching Home Alone. Hence the "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal." This is Chekhov's Home Alone reference. It will come back later. Anyway, there you go. So off they go to the family estate. This is where we're going to meet Al, who's the security guard. The lone security guard at the gate. There he is. Seems like a jovial fella. All the security for the estate have these little things on. Anyway, this film basically is Die Hard with Santa. So we'll get that out of the way. They do kind of, I suppose, they'll say they're homaging, but they're just ripping off Die Hard and Die Hard 2. And some other films as well, as I said, Home Alone and all that. But they'll say they're homaging. They're ripping it off. Anyway, so they're all meeting them. Hello, Al, Merry Christmas, blah, blah, blah. He's all nice and lovely and lets them in and off they go. Up to the house. Some of this is CG, but I don't know what. Because they were talking about it in the commentary. And they said the house is real. And they went, but the CG... And then they started talking about something else. Because there were about 4 people doing the commentary, and they kept interrupting each other. So I don't know what's CG. Maybe the trees. I don't know. Does it show anything else? There's nothing else to see, is there? But apparently the house is real. Maybe there's some bits and bobs added. Maybe the snow or whatever. I don't know. But there is some CG going on. Yes, maybe so. Maybe the snow. I don't know. But you'd think they'd just spray loads of snow on it, wouldn't you? That'd be cheaper. But anyway, I don't know, because they never got round to telling us. But anyway, they're arriving, and then we're seeing this... where is it? There we go. This guy, who is called... They've all got... Basically, he's a baddie. He's one of the bad guys. As I said, it's Die Hard. So there's a family Christmas party, and it's going to get taken over by not terrorists, but, bad guys. And he's one of them, disguised as one of their security. And I forgot his code name. They've all got code names. Does it say? He's Gingerbread. Right. So the code names we've got Mr. Scrooge, we've got Gingerbread, Krampus, Candy Cane, Tinsel, Frosty, Jingle. I'm going through the I can't remember. Peppermint and Sugar Plum. I don't know, but we'll see them as we go. Anyway, he's Gingerbread. His actual name is Bjorn. We learn later on. But anyway, here we get a clue that all is not what it seems. So this is one of the actual staff members of the Lightstone family, and he's going up to Candy Cane here. Saying, you are the worst catering company on the planet, and he's telling her you're slicing it wrong. You're supposed to slice it lengthways, not across, whatever. This is a clue that she doesn't know what she's doing, because they're not real caterers and stuff. That's Krampus. Anyway, so they're all getting ready. They go. The family's all meeting each other now, and they're all your usual dysfunctional family. There you go. They've got a train that goes round. There was supposed to be a scene, I think, where somebody used the train to hide behind the tree, but they didn't bother with that. Anyway, so this is Jason's sister, whose name I don't know, obviously. I think it's Alva, played by Edie Patterson. Let's have a look. She's got a picture. No, she hasn't. Apparently she was the life of the set, always making people laugh, so she must be a comedian or something, I don't know. But she doesn't like her brother very much. But anyway, so there we go. So apparently Jason is quite high up in the family, in the business, whatever business the family's in. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what they do. Does it say here? They're connected with the government and something to do with that Iraq and the Gulf War or something like that. But it don't really say in what way maybe the gun runners, or I don't know, arms manufacturers. I've no idea. Or in some financial sense, I don't know. But anyway, she wants to take over. So they're all getting ready. They're waiting for the matriarch of the family. It was also called Gertrude. Obviously, they named their daughter after his mother, but she goes by Trudy. This is Bert, who is Alva's son, who's called Bertrude, because she wanted to name him after her mother, but, he was a boy. So she called him Bertrude, or Bert. And we see that he's on his phone, doing his social medias, and all that stuff. Anyway, right, so, alright, and Alva's, I don't know if it's a boyfriend or a husband. I'm guessing he's like a husband, but not Bert's dad. Whatever happened to him, I don't know. Maybe he's died or been paid off to go away, I don't know. But he's an actor, and they based him on Mark Wahlberg, because he's bragging here about 9/11. And if he was on one of those planes, those terrorists had been thrown out of the plane without parachutes. And apparently that's something that Mark Wahlberg said, or something along those lines, and later apologised for, which I didn't know until today. But anyway, like I say, he's an actor and a bit of a div. But he's obviously only snogging and connected with Alva, or married to her, or whatever. I don't know if he's married. Does it say? Rumty-tum-ty-tum-ty-tum-ty-tum. I don't know. Morgan Steele, by the way, is his name. Does it say? Looking for it, and I don't know. Morgan Steele. Oh, it just says boyfriend. So, right, fair enough. Boyfriend. And he's obviously he's after the money, because he knows they're a super rich family. Anyway, so here comes Gertrude. Is he going to shower, for Christ's sake? They're all getting ready to meet her, because she's the matriarch. I think her husband's probably passed away or whatever, and so she's in charge. She was probably always in charge. Played by Beverly D'Angelo. Is she going to come in or what? But she comes in on the phone, cursing at somebody. Here she comes. And swearing and all that stuff. I don't know what it's about. It turns out she's on the phone to a senator. She's calling them all sorts of names. But anyway. So here she comes. They're all lined up to greet her. When she's ready, here she comes. Merry Christmas, she says. And then little Gertrude comes along and greets her and all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. This is what we want. We want the action to start, don't we? Anyway, meanwhile, Santa is on his round. It just cuts, by the way. At first, it's not a great cut, to be honest. You can see there, it's just talking. I only call her Gertrude. Come on, let's get... And then just sudden bang, cut. With Santa in another house. I thought, is he in their house already and he's upstairs somewhere? No, he's in somebody else's house. It's just showing him on his rounds. Could have had an establishing shot or something, shouldn't they? But here he's dunking cookies in milk and then spitting it out. And then he's on his sleigh. There we go. By the way, the sleigh, have you noticed? It's got a prow like a Viking longboat, because Santa Claus in this, what used to be like a Viking warrior called, I forgot, something like Nicomund the Red, something like that. We'll get to that. Anyway, there he is. He's going out, doing his stuff, leaving presents under trees. But it only leaves presents for the kids that are on the nice list. So if you ever get a present that said to your name from Santa, that's what Santa does. He doesn't deliver all the presents, just the presents to the kids that are on the nice list. And this is where we see that everything comes from Amazon these days. They didn't even bother wrapping them. They're just still in the Amazon boxes under the tree. Unbelievable. With one from Santa there. So at least somebody in the family is nice, whoever this is. Look, Christmas list. Cash. That's video. That's my son's Christmas list. It used to be DVDs and games. money, DVDs and games. But now we don't even bother with DVDs because it's all on Netflix and Prime. You know what I do give him from Prime, my son, for Christmas and his birthday? I give him like a voucher, a Prime voucher, where I've got like boxes to tick, and he can like buy 6 things from Prime Video. Kids. What's he doing? Is he peeing? Oh, he's peeing out of his blooming sleigh next to the Washington Monument. Not a great blue screen, but whatever. Right, so he ends up at this fella's house. He comes back here in like an alternative ending. Yeah, it's not in this cut. It's in the deleted scenes where he comes back to this house at the end and wakes him up. But you see, there's this fella here that's drunk, and he's got a child. There we go, in the crib. He's left a present. Left a lump of coal for Dad, and he's left a present. I think he actually comes back at the end and leaves a present for the kid, and gives him a stern telling off, the dad, and says, if you don't book your ideas up, because his daughter loves him, but he's not been a very good dad. If you don't book your ideas up, I'll be back next year to sort you out. But in this version, he just takes his beer. There we go. Takes his beer, leaves him a lump of coal. Right, so Trudy's made some cookies for Santa, and one that looks exactly like Santa. He's screaming, "Ah, the agony of being made to look like this!" But so she's leaving them out. There we see a fireplace. She says, "This house has so many fireplaces. Which one will Santa know how to, to come down?" And she says, "Oh, Santa just knows." Wingrace says, "A 6-pack of generic labelless beer." Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to what it was. Shall we go have a look? I wasn't really paying attention to what brand it was. See if we can see. It's going to show it. Let's have a look. What is it? I can't make it. Some Easter beer. Is it a Kellister beer or something like that? I can't make it out. Or I don't know. But yeah, maybe it's I don't know if it's a brand. Where are they? Connecticut. Oh no, it could be anywhere. It's Santa, isn't it? Could be anywhere. Oh, it says there, look. Oh, McAllister. It says there, McAllister beer. Is that a brand? Or is it a made up one? Probably a made up one. I'm going to type it in and find out. McAllister beer. There's a McAllister Brewing in North Wales. I don't think it'll be that one, will it? I don't think. You never know, it might be. Let's have a look, see what their logo is. No, they doesn't look anything like that. They've got a mountain on anyway, as their beers. Oh, hang on. They're not from North Wales. They've gone to Pennsylvania, it says there. I'm confused. It says McAllister Brewing, North Wales, and then you click on the link, it says they've gone to Pennsylvania. Whatever. Anyway, I am probably Home Alone reference. Oh, yeah, they were the McAllisters, weren't they? I don't like Home Alone. That'd be if it had carried on with me Monday Moan, that would have been on the list. I'm not a fan of the Home Alone films. My son loves them, but I'm not a fan of them. They annoy me. So them, Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci should be dead, shouldn't they? What happens to him? Is it all right? North Wales is a borough in Pennsylvania. Stop stealing our names, blooming Americans. That's why I'm confused. All right, so it is an American beer, not a Welsh one. Anywho, Stills his beer. She's made cookies. She's wanting to know about the chimneys. Which one's going to come down? He'll know which one to come down. And then she's complaining and she's sad that that's why I live in New York. Original. The city of York is very lovely in Yorkshire because it's named after that. But you had to take that name as well. Should have just left it as New Amsterdam. Anyway, where were we? Oh, Trudy's sad that she says Daddy didn't take me to see Santa in the mall this year, and he says, oh well, it's been a crazy year, because I'm guessing they've separated. Yes, it is. Don't Home Alone. What? Oh my. Okay, I don't like Home Alone. I don't. So she said she's never got to tell Santa what she wanted for Christmas, and she mustn't have written him a letter either. I don't know. But then he has an idea, so he goes running upstairs to what I'm guessing is, well, it's the games room of the house, isn't it? And they've got a cupboard full of games and stuff. Basketball, made out of kangaroo skin. Them. I remember the teacher at school telling me, basketball's made out of kangaroo skin. That's why they bounce so well. I believed him. You're supposed to believe your teachers, aren't you? I probably ran home and told my mum, Mum, I found out today basketballs are made out of kangaroo skin. Anyway, so he finds something. He's going to find it now. We're going to see it. He finds, for God's sake. I think it's a walkie-talkie. He's going to show it. He brings it. He wraps it up and brings it, and then he tells Trudy that they've decided that they let her have a gift early. But that's a common thing now, isn't it? You're allowed to open one gift on Christmas Eve, and it is Christmas Eve because Santa's doing his rounds, isn't he? So anyway, so he's giving her this gift. So a walkie-talkie that he says enables you to speak directly to Santa. But there we go. So she's all excited about that. She's very gullible, isn't she? She's not look that young, but I don't know. Oh dear, not me. Anywho, Justin says, where we were once part of a kingdom, but we couldn't agree, so we had to spat. Yes, we used to have an empire ruled by an emperor, and then we had a kingdom ruled by a king. Now we're just a country. So we have a lot of England names. You have a lot of names from all over the place, haven't you? Which I'm not bothered. You can have our names. Did your teachers ever tell you about a henway? Probably. What's a henway? About £4. That's a Deep Star 6 reference. See, I do know some stuff. Just nothing useful. Anyway, so she's all excited. She's got a walkie-talkie that allows her to speak to Santa. And oddly enough, she gets through to him later. But anyway. Oh, luckily, it's also got an earpiece. So that the bad guys can't hear her speaking to Santa. Or can't hear him responding to her. So there she is. This is Trudy Lightstone calling Santa. Hope you're having a nice night. Because she's a nice person. Anywho, hang on. The only real present I want for Christmas is for her mum and dad to get back together or whatever. There you go, to make up. Anyway, right. So he arrives at the Lightstone house. There's Santa. There we go. The sleigh's on the roof. It's stood in some reindeer poo, but I don't know how's it got over there because they're here. So has he backed them up? Did they land and they've backed up and done a poo for him to stand in? Don't know, but anyway. Dancer and Prancer and Donner and Blitzen, Cupid and Comet and two others. I can never remember all this. See, I'd have lost. If for a blooming quiz, I'd have lost. Anyway, so he's here. He's arrived. By the way, the not CG reindeer, the real reindeer, I think they just had one. I'm sure that Tommy Wirkola says in the commentary that they had one reindeer, and they just filmed it lots of times, and then comped it in, composited it in several times using computer technology. So you've just seen the same reindeer over and over again, apparently. Anyway. Alright, so that got Rudolph. Rudolph will never do this. So that got Rudolph. Where's Rudolph? I don't know. But no red noses on display. Anyway, alright, we're going to see him come down the chimney now. Here he comes. Good job there's nobody in this room, innit? I'm guessing that's Christmas magic. Here he comes. Ooh, look, it's just like Christmas. There he is. This is the I'm going to say Kilcombe Muckies. Cookies and milk. There they are. And I think he does check his list. We're going to see. Oh, aye, by the way. Oh, aye, yes, she's left, as well as cookies and milk, she's left a candy cane. There we go. We see him put it in his pocket. That's, again, like we had Chekhov's Home Alone reference. Now we've got Chekhov's candy cane. Oh, look, they've got an elf on the shelf. I've never bought one of those, but they've got one there. Look, bloody things. Oh, and a gingerbread house. I nearly bought one of those. I've never bought one. You know, you get these kits, can't you? Gingerbread house kit for Christmas. I've never got one. I nearly got one this year, then thought, there's no point. I don't eat the bugger. Anyway, oh, look, brandy from 1938. So we're going to have a swig of that. Then he finds they've got one of these massage chairs. So he's going to have a rest. You'd think he'd be in a bit of a rush, wouldn't you? But no, he's having a nice rest. He does say he's on a break a bit later, but he's having a nice rest. There we go, in the massage chair. I'm sure he did check the... It might be later on. He checks his list. He's got his list. It's a magic list. But it might be later on. Right, so his security guard's drinking some milk as well. And here comes... I forgot his name. Gingerbread. He comes in saying... there you go. You Americans don't celebrate my favourite holiday. Which we learn is Boxing Day. There you go. And then he punches him. Knocks him out with a single punch. There we go. Because he's the bad guy. And then he signals. Synchronised watches. It's go, go, go. So they're all going to start shooting now. He pulls out the... it's just Die Hard, isn't it, now? Because they're all getting ready now. Like in Die Hard, where they cut the phones off. He's cut the phones off and the internet. And there you go. Grandma, your Wi-Fi sucks dick. There she is, Beverly Downs. It looks like she's had some work done, doesn't she? But anyway. Right, so here comes John Leguizamo, Johnny Legs. Here he comes. There he is. As Mr. Scrooge. It was going to be called The Grinch or Mr. Grinch, but they couldn't get clearance for that. So to go with Scrooge, which I think's just as good a thing, and it's public domain, isn't it? So, but anyway, but this is where poor Al meets his end. Shoots him in the head. There we go. So poor Al's got for it. By the way, we're actually really cold, genuinely cold. So all the breath that you see, which can't see. There you go. All the breath is actual genuine breath. Yes, he played Luigi, didn't he? In the Mario Brothers, the old Mario Brothers film with Bob Hoskins. He was in that one too, which I think I have seen once when it first came out and not watched it again. I don't remember much about it. I remember I didn't like it very much. Anyway, right, so poor Al's caught for it. So here they come now. They're getting ready to... There we go. Time to steal Christmas. There we go. All the guns are coming out. Oh, she's Sugar Plum. There we go. All right, so we're going to meet all the crew now. Right, all right, revellers. Time to steal Christmas. So he's Jingle. Who plays Jingle? Because we see him later on. Finn McKager Higgins, who apparently is a wrestler, Canadian wrestler. I've never heard of him. I imagine he's in the indie scene. I don't know, but they said he was a wrestler in Canada, in Manitoba. Hang on, or is he Peppermint? No, he's Peppermint. Check. Who else we got? Sugar Plum. Check. Krampus. He's ready. Check. Candy cane. Check. Frosty. Tinsel. and gingerbread. Are we going to use these stupid code names all night? Yes, they are. Because it's like Reservoir Dogs, isn't it? Anyway, they do have loads of other bad guys as well. Because the body count in this film is 43, apparently, according to IMDb. There's a scene later on where you think, where are all these bad guys coming from? It's almost like the scene in Matrix, the second Matrix film, with all the Smiths. It's not quite that bad, but you think, where are all these baddies coming from? Anyway, now they're having a bit of a row that he should have taken Trudy to see the mall Santa, but he said he had stuff to do. He's been doing things as Jason and preparing because he's got a plan, which we'll learn about later. Hey dear. God, I hate these lids, these new safety lids. They're a pain. Anyway. Right, so while they're arguing, they're hearing gunshots and stuff, and he wakes, Santa's nodded off in the massage chair. They're hearing gunshots, and the bad guys are going around killing all the regular staff. There they are. She's showing, throwing knives at people and killing people and all that. These are just going to cop for it. All these innocent people. There we go. Stab. So everybody's hiding. But, here they come. They get these security, they're here to protect the main, what they call it? I can't remember what they call it now. Like the primary asset or something like that. Because somebody says, there we go, Alva saying, you're supposed to protect us. And no, we're to protect the primary asset, which obviously is Gertrude. But here comes Johnny Legs, Mr. Scrooge. And they say, okay, take him out, but he sorts them out. He kills them. So there's blood everywhere. Santa comes around. What's going on here? Anyway, he's got into this room. It looks like they're in the same room, but they're not. Santa's in another room. They're gathering up their kid, but Santa's in another room. But he can't go up the chimney. When he wants to go up the chimney, he does that to his nose. He thinks he's Tabitha or whatever. Not Tabitha. Tabitha was the daughter, wasn't she? Bewitched. But he taps his nose, and it's not working. He can't go up the chimney for some reason. I think it's because he's losing his Christmas magic because nobody believes in Santa Claus. But obviously, it starts coming back as the film progresses. Anyway, there's I don't know what's it showing us that for. I don't know, a big ice sculpture or something, or a big festive sculpture it's showing us with a big pointy thing. Yes, there must be a Christmas magic dampening field switched on or something. But anyway, so he's looking out the window to try and get out. But let's say down below there's a big spike and he can't get on the roof. But anyway, here comes whatever he is. I can't remember the blooming names. Let's have a look, see if I can remember. I think he's Tinsel, I think he's Tinsel, played by Fong Yang. I think he's one of the main stunt coordinators or something. Christometric interference, Captain. Yes. Anyway, he arrives, so he's going to have a fight with Santa. Here they are. So they're going to have a fight now, and obviously Santa sorts him out. Yes, as the fighting, we hear this noise off the roof, and I don't know why, for some reason, the reindeer just leave. I think he looks out when he sees the reindeer just leaving. Don't know why. I think they left that. I suppose they had to get rid of him, so to make him stuck there. But it doesn't really explain it. Did all the gunfire scare him off? I don't know, but they leave him. So he's stuck there now, he's Santa. He grabs hold of Tinsel's gun as he's shooting it, and it burns his hands. His ear. There we go. You can hear it. You can hear his hands go because obviously gun barrels get hot, don't they, when you shoot bullets out of them. So that's why we see him. There we go. Shoves his hand in the ice bucket to cool them down. Anyway, so they're still fighting, and it throws. Oh, hang on, I've missed it. Oh, there we go. It pushes Tinsel out the window. Any minute now. I was doing it. Oh, there we go. It goes out the window. Remember, there's the big spike at the bottom. But then he pulls Santa out as well. Missed it, didn't I? There we go. Pulls him out because he didn't realise he's fastened to all the fairy lights, so he goes out as well. Luckily, he doesn't end up on the spike. He lands out there, and we see that poor Tinsel is impaled. So at least he's taken one out already. As Santa McLean. Welcome to the party, pal. Anywho, so he's angry about his reindeer leaving him. But he gets his sack, and he looks through the window. Is it this bit? No, it's not this bit yet. He's outside looking in to see what's going on. There we go. He looks in there. See the bad guys. I've got the family hostage, and just like in Die Hard, where they went for like the $600 million in negotiable bearer bonds in the vault. This family's got a vault which has $300 million of money that was supposed to go to like Iraq, pay off people, in the Middle East and all that. But apparently when the war kicked off, the money got lost, and so Gertrude stole it and she stuffed it in stuffed it in the vault in the house, down in the cellar. But he punches her in the face. She comes up. Do you know who you're dealing with? Hang on, I've gone past it. There we go. Punches her in the face to show that he's a proper bad guy. You don't hit a lady, do you? But they say, all your staff are dead. You're here, and we're here for the $300 million in the vault. He says, well, you'll not get into it. He said, yeah, we will. Anyway, so and then she tells the tale of her brother, whose name I've forgotten, got kidnapped. There we go. Her brother Rory was kidnapped in the 70s, and her father just sent out an extraction squad, and was it a week later or whatever? I can't remember what she said. There we go. A week later, they were safe and sound at home, and they never found the kidnappers. So, and he says, yes, I know all about your kill squad. It must be a squad that the family just keep, a retainer on or something. But, know all about them. And they'll be here in a couple of hours. But, again, this is another where they're ripping off Die Hard 2, but we'll get to that. But there we go, $300 million that the US government gave Lightstone to quietly distribute in the Middle East to all the worst people, and grease the wheels and keep that sweet oil flowing. They don't do things like that, the governments, do they? No, they're the good guys. But it got disappeared in the fog of war, and then she stole it. And it's downstairs. It must have been recently. So what's the war? What war we're going on in 2022? I don't know. In the Middle East. There's lots of them. There are always wars, isn't there? But anyway. But we learned that the money was supposed to be delivered the day before. But anyway. We see that she's hit a panic button and reset the combination. There's the vault. It all looks snazzy looking. But they've got, I forgot what Sugar Plums, obviously some whiz kid, and she's going to get in with it. So she's the Geordie LaForge fella that were in Die Hard. I don't know, I can't remember his name, but he looked like Geordie LaForge, didn't he? LeVar Burton, but I know it wasn't him. The war with Canada, the Dominion of Canada. That's what it used to be called, didn't it? Is it still called that officially? I don't know. But it used to be the Dominion of Canada, which sounds cool. Pardon me. Anyway, so So she's going to use the computer to get in. All right, they found Tinsel. Maybe he fell. And he said, I've seen you abseiling down buildings. You think he just fell out of a window? He says, no, we've got... They should have made a Die Hard, an overt Die Hard reference, I think. He said, we've got a go for somebody messing things up. There you go. I said, we've got somebody's gone McLean in here or something. They should have said something like that, shouldn't they? Anyway, one of the bad guys sees the cookies on the ground there. So he goes... There must be a trail of cookie crumbs because he soon finds Santa Claus. Anyway, she gets on a walkie-talkie trying to talk to Santa. She says, "Hello, Santa, are you there?" And then we think he can hear. We think it's somehow it's ended up on the phone because he picks the phone up, but he's actually trying to phone the police, but the phones are out. Anyway. There was a deleted scene in this, but I'm not sure how the film would have progressed if they kept it in. They did do a scene where Krampus, the fella called Krampus, saw her using the walkie-talkie and took it off her and broke it. So, and I think this must have been round about here, but maybe they just filmed it just in case. I don't know, but she used it several times in the film, so as the film progresses. Anyway, right, so here we go. He gets found out. Oh, he's looking in his bag. By the way, Santa's got a magical sack. It's like infinite space inside, and he's just pulling out presents. And none of them are useful to act as weapons, and he's there saying, no, better for a bat or a sword or Molotov cocktails. But anyway, so here comes... Whoever this one is, I can't remember. We have people over there. Okay. I don't know what you're on about, Justin. Where were we? I forgot where I was now. Oh, right, he comes in. So he's going to have another fight. Here we go. With Santa. He knocks he pulled the doll out, and he knocks the fella, and he drops his gun. So they're going to have a bit of a fight. There you go. We see his magic sack. Look, and he pulls out. What this? I don't know what this is. Is it a golf club? It's a golf club, isn't it? Yes, that's what it is. I've just worked it out now. It's a golf club all wrapped up. So it must be an iron, because they drop it a few times. You can hear it go clang as it hits the floor, and I'm thinking, what is it? I thought, is it a crowbar or something? But no, I think it's a golf club, isn't it? An iron. But so they start fighting with that. He's beating him up, and he doesn't know how to use guns, does Santa, for some weird reason. I don't know how. Because he says later on, does anybody know how to use these gizmos? Use one of these gizmos, he hands the gun to somebody else, because he can't work them. I don't know why. He can drive a blooming snowmobile later, but he can't work out how to use a gun. Never mind. Check the message before. You said, what war? Syria, ISIS? Well, I don't know, because there's lots of stuff going on over there, isn't there? So, but there's no, there's no, overt war going on, is there? But anyway, whatever. You've got people everywhere. You've got people everywhere. Anywho, but there were no big conflict going on at the time, not in the Middle East. Iraq had calmed down and all that. There were no big thing going on, was there? Ukraine had moved on to Ukraine, hadn't it? Had the world's attention by 2022. Anyway, so they're fighting away. Throws him over the table. He actually does a cool, a drop kick in a minute here. Because I think this actor playing whoever he is a stuntman. He does a cool drop kick. There we go. Anyway, he's talking to him, saying, you don't want to kill me and all that stuff. But while he's talking to him, he's shoving pool balls into a big sock. So it's gone all Ray Winston in Scum, which is a good film, but a film you only really want to watch once, from 1979. Look it up, Scum, starring Ray Winston. It's a bit It's not a nice watch, but it makes an impression. Anyway, it's because there's a scene in that where he puts pool balls in a sock. So he's going to whack him with the pool balls. Here we go. Bang, like that. So they're going to have a fight. There we go. So he's in with that. But anyway, he obviously drops that, throws a dartboard at him, and somehow some of the darts stick in him. He just throws the dartboard, and the darts all stick in him. Somehow. Anyway. This pinball machine has some significance, and I can't remember what. They did mention it in the commentary, and I've forgotten. I should take notes, shouldn't I? But there is some significance to this pinball machine, and I don't know what it is. Anyway, so they're all fighting away. He starts smashing him in the he does a thing with the magic sack again. Is he going to hold it up? He gets... There we go. He goes to stab him, but it's an infinite sack look, and his arm goes in and then comes out with a present on his knife. So anyway, it starts hitting him with smashing baubles on his. I missed bits. Smashing baubles on his head. Christmas baubles made of glass. That's not stopping him. And then he stabs him with the star off the top of the Christmas tree. There we go, in the eye. Crikey. Obviously, it doesn't kill him. So he's like thinking, I'm going to get you now, even though he's in a lot of pain and he's blind and all that stuff. But as we can see, it's got a wire from it. So he plugs it into Santa and electrocutes the fella, whoever he is. I can't remember which one he is. Is he Frosty? We'll say he's Frosty. I have no idea. Let's look on, what is it? Can Aidin. It's Frosty. Let's have a look. It doesn't have a bloody picture. Why don't you have a picture, you blooming... Ooh. Anyway, so there we go. He gets electrocuted, look. And then his head sets on fire, which is kind of gruesome, isn't it? I don't know. I watch blood and stuff spraying, but see somebody's head burning. It kind of freaks me out. I was expecting the alarms to go off and sprinklers and stuff to come on, because it's a big mansion, expensive and all that, the rich. But it doesn't. Which were weird, but there his head's on fire. He's fine. It's a stunt. It's probably CG anyway. Don't worry about it. But anyway, here's the radio going off, and I think it's picking up Trudy. I think. Can you hear me, Santa? And he says, hello. Yes, this is Santa. And so she's saying, oh, there we go. This is Trudy Livingston, and bad guys have taken us all hostage. And then he gets his list out. Trudy Livingston, Lightston is on the nice list, and it does tell us why. There we go. What is she? Let's go back a bit. Where are we? There we go. Kept room clean, listens to parents, kind to animals, sweet to everyone, invited weird kid to party. So there we go. So she's on the nice list. So he's talking to her. And he's saying, where are you? He's in a big room with all my relatives and bad guys with guns. Can you help us? I says, of course I'm going to help you. Anyway, so, right. So he's going to help her and sort it out. And, she, the phone lines are down and all that. Yes, they get the watch the security cameras, and they get Mr. Scrooge in, who we learn is called Jimmy Martinez by the end of the film. There's somebody dressed as Santa that's causing the trouble. Frosty hasn't checked in. Oh, right, yeah, so it was Frosty, who he's just killed. Anyway, so he's going down. He's going to try and get help, obviously, because he's going down to the security lodge. But poor Al's still dead. Anyway, so he's on the radio. So this is a bit like, again, in Die Hard, where he's on where McClane and Hans Gruber, are on the walkie-talkies. And so he's saying, poor Mr. Frosty's got a star in his face, then his head caught on fire. But obviously they don't think he's proper Santa. He's saying, I'm Santa Claus and all that. But He just wants to find his reindeer and carry on delivering presents. And he's like, is he really Santa? But they just think he's a mall Santa. Is that a reference to saying, who do you think you are? A security guard who's watched too many action flicks. Some loser ex-cop stuck in a mall. Is that Paul Blart? Mall cop, I don't know. But anyway. But Mr. Scrooge doesn't like Christmas. But anyway, so he's going to go and sort him out. Oh, and then we see that he's injured, his Santa Claus. He's bleeding out. He's got a gash in his side. So he's heading back to the house now, his Santa. Oh, blimey. Justin gives me a $2 super sticker. I'll have to see. It doesn't show it on thingy. What is it? What is it? Oh, no, it's just a $2 super chat. It's not a super sticker. It's just a $2, and it doesn't say anything. Thank you very much. We'll like that. We'll like that. We shall. Thank you, Justin. That's very much appreciated. Could also be observe and report. Everyone, I've not heard of that one. Everyone always forgets that came out around the same time. It was a much more messed up version. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. I'll have to look into that. Hang on, let me type it in. If I don't do it now, I'll forget. You know what I'm like. A 2009 film. Observe and report. Oh, right. Seth Rogen, Ray Liotta, Anna Faris. A lot of stars in it. Danny McBride, Michael Pena. Right. Have I seen it? I don't think so. Anywho. Thank you. So they say, saying to Gertrude, who's this Santa you've hired? He says, I didn't hire a Santa. He's a part of your security and all that. He says, never have a Santa, it's tacky. So they say, somebody better start talking. You know, who is this guy? There you go. So they're going to start torturing him, and they're going to start with Jason. And I'm not sure what they do here. There you go. They got Jason. They've got these nutcracker things, ornaments. You know, they're supposed to put nuts in, and to break the nuts. And I thought, did they just squish his finger a bit? But they get his finger in it, and I thought they broke his finger or something. I don't know, but I'm going to show it. Hang on. See if we can see it. Hang on. Gone too far. Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. See his finger in it, and then she just twists it. And I thought, has she broken his finger? I don't know, because it doesn't reference it again. He seems fine. It doesn't seem to be, you know, cradling his finger, or his finger's like sticking out at a funny angle. Maybe she just squished it a bit with the nutcracker thing. I don't know, but it doesn't really bother him. But obviously, he doesn't say anything. So they're going to use him, you know, get a proper nutcracker. And so they're going to stick his Jimmy Riddle, or his nuts, so to speak, in a big one. There's a big one there. So they're going to do that. But she intervenes, does Trudy. She says, stop hurting my daddy, or Santa will get mad. So they all laugh at her. Santa's make-believe. But then even... Oh, actually, they say she's been talking to Santa on her radio, you know, playing make-believe. He says it's not make-believe, he's real, because she's stupid. She doesn't understand the consequences of what's going on. But anyway, so obviously Johnny Legs says, I bet he'd come out of hiding if you asked him to, because, you know, he wants her to get on the radio to him and say, come and meet us down here, Santa, so that they can take him out. Obviously, she's not going to do that. But then Jason says, behave. But then Jason says, you know, Santa's not real. He shouts, says, Santa's not real. And he says, he is real. Your mummy and I give the presents. And then that, I forgot his name now, Morgan. I forgot his name now. The actor, Morgan Steele. He still believes in Santa because he looks round. Hang on, where are we? You can see it. Come on, show us. Is he going to show him? And he's like, what? Really? Bless him. He still believes in Santa. Anyway. But she runs off. Then she just runs off. So that's why I'm thinking, why did they shoot the deleted scene where they take the radio off her? Because she needs it. Because she's still got it in her hand there. Look, she runs off. But Candy Cane and the other one, Gingerbread, they go after her. But anyway. Meanwhile, Santa's got back in the house somehow. I presume down the chimney. I don't know. His chimney powers aren't working at the minute, are they? But he's got back in. Got into one of the many rooms, and he's going to patch himself up now. Here we go. We see he's got a big cut there. See all these tattoos he's got. He's got a big cut, so he's going to sew himself up now. So he's going to use a candle. You see a Santa candle there, and he's going to use the hook off the baubles that you hook them onto the tree. He's going to use that and some thread to sew himself up, because he's like Rambo. Remember when Rambo did that in First Blood, where he sewed up his arm, didn't he? It's all blood coming down, it's like that. But Rambo did it better, to be honest. But anyway, so there he goes, sewing himself up. And then he passes out, because he's a big wimp. He puts some wrapping paper and some cotton wool and wraps a big bow. Because he's Santa. And then he passes out. There we go. He gets up and just falls down. There we go. Falls down. And then obviously he's in some sort of dream, and he's remembering back to when he wore Nickamund the Red or something like that. But then he wakes up, because she's on the radio. Is Trudy. So I don't know how long he's been unconscious. Has it just been like a couple of minutes, or has it been like an hour? I don't know, but I don't think it's been very long. She's hidden. She's up in the attic, is Trudy. And he says to her, stay there, if you're safe, stay there and be quiet, and they won't find you. And then she says, I can set up booby traps like in Home Alone, because she just thinks it's all fun and games and nobody really gets hurt when you're throwing bowling balls at people and paint cans and setting people on fire and all that stuff. So she's going to have fun doing that. He don't understand. He doesn't know what Home Alone is. But, just do it quietly. So she does. She sets up all these amazing traps. So we learn that her mother, whose name I've forgotten again, Linda? I've forgotten already what her mother's name is. Bloody useless. Yes, Linda. Is an engineer. I don't know what sort of engineer. It doesn't say. We learn later on that she's an engineer. So she must have passed on some of her engineering skills to her daughter, genetically to her daughter, I'm guessing. So she's going to do that, and he's going to try and help him. She says that Daddy said that Santa doesn't really exist, and he says, well, don't be too hard on him. Some parents, say things like that, but don't be too hard on them. And what's that? Christmas magic? What is it? There you go. So he's saying he takes presents to kids that really need Christmas presents. And say, how do you know really need you Christmas magic? So he's got his list, hasn't he? His magic list. So anyway. Right. So it's where we learn that, we know that he's really Santa, and this is now where it's confirmed to her, because he starts telling her about the list, the letter that she wrote to him when she was a little girl and all that stuff. And brought her she wanted a bunny rabbit, so he brought her a toy rabbit, and it was her best friend and all that stuff. And it's very heartwarming and all that stuff. And she wanted to fly. Wrote another letter saying she wanted to fly, but she couldn't quite do that. Anyway, does the window look familiar? I don't know if it's the same window, but it looks very similar to the one from, the new Planet of the Apes films. I forgot what the first one was called. Was it Rise of the Planet of the Apes? The attic where Caesar lives. That had a window like that. I don't. Maybe it's the same window. I don't know. But anyway, I doubt it. But anyway, it's all on sets, by the way. We saw the outside of the house, That was just for the exteriors. All the interiors are all on sets, and got reused quite a lot. You saw that the redressed corridors and rooms as different rooms, but to save money. Anyway, I got her a kite because she couldn't fly. Got her a kite instead, so she was happy with that. Anyway, so he's going to what's he saying here now? I can't remember this bit. Yes, he's talking about Mrs. Claus. We see he's got a wedding ring, and they've been together 1100 years, or since the year 1100 or something. Don't know, but anyway. And he wants to see her again. Anyway, right, so they're still rowing and all that stuff. Krampus is a bit of a psycho. He wants them all to give their presents, as you know. So this is where Morgan Steele says he's got a present for Gertrude, and it's not a specs, what they call it, I forgot what they call it. It says here, there we go. What do we got? A pitch deck, an investor financial plan for a film he wants to make. There we go. Explosive Force that he'll star in, and he wants her to finance it. That's his Christmas present to her. Anyway, Alva's given her her Christmas present to her mother is a sentimental photo of the day I was born. He says, I know I was there. And then Krampus gets the picture and just throws it across the room. And then you think it's Jason's turn now. And he says, I've left it in the car. But then Bert says, no, I saw you put it down. So he gives Jason's gift, which is a bottle of whiskey, I think. But then she just has to read the note. There's a note on it with this one. But she doesn't read it out, and we learn that he's left her a note that she was supposed to read in the morning. But we learn later on, him and his family, hopefully, had been gone by then, because he has a plan, and the plan was he's stolen the money. The money that's in the vault. He's stolen that money, and he's telling her in this note, I have stolen your money. We're out of here. I want out of this family. But she doesn't read it out, but she obviously knows what it says, and she just puts it away, says, we'll keep it to ourselves. Anyway, there's telling Trudy about we used to be Nickamund the Red, who were a bad man, who used to go around killing people, raiding, the Viking, raping and pillaging and all that stuff that Vikings did. With his hammer, Skull Crusher. He was a surgeon with that thing. He's got a very American accent for a Viking Santa. He should have been all hurdy-gurdy, shouldn't he? But never mind. He was a bad man. And is this his punishment for being a bad man? He's like an immortal Santa Claus? I don't know. Or did he just see the light? I don't know. But he doesn't really go into it, to be honest. But... is now a good man, delivering gifts to children that are good and leaving coal for the naughty ones, I imagine. Anyway, right, so the kill squad's arriving now. This is where we meet Mike. Is it Dopud, his name? There he is. Who's been in loads of stuff. I know him from Stargate. He's been in all the Stargates, playing different characters. Does me head in. Stargate. Same, a little bit in Star Trek as well, where they have actors back to play, different characters. And if you watch them all, you're like, I've seen him before. There's somebody else. Anyway, never mind. But here he is, the leader of the kill squad, who's called Thorpe. I can't remember. Does he have a rank? Is it Colonel Thorpe or something? Commander Thorpe. Who I think is named after Roderick Thorpe, who wrote the book that Die Hard was based on. I forgot what the book title is. I'm going to have to look that up now. Something like... I can't remember. Well, if I could spell... Never mind, I got there in the end. Nothing Lasts Forever, wasn't it? That was the film that... the book that Die Hard was based on, wasn't it? Winger says, yeah, the one that is bugging me lately is Nareem and Weir's ex. Yes, that were another one that did me head in. Nareem was the Tolan, wasn't it? Is that how you pronounce Tolan or Tolan? Don't know how you pronounce it. But then in Atlantis, he was Elizabeth Weir's chap that were looking after a dog, I think. Or am I getting that mixed up with Janeway? Or did they both have dogs? I can't remember. Anyway. Yeah, it does me head in when they do that. Anyway. It's the same, so yeah. Anyway, so he's the head of the kids. So we think that they're coming in to save the day. Janeway, it is, isn't it, really? You know, the two women in charge, sent a long way away. Anyway, so here comes the cavalry. There we go, off they go. Obviously, this is where we're getting into Die Hard 2 territory now with... I forgot the name of the actor. John Amos, who played like the colonel or whatever, that were supposedly on the good guy's side. It turns out they're not. Anyway, so here she is, Candy Cane, still looking for Trudy. Santa's going to sneak up on her and throttle her with some tinsel. You must make really strong tinsel. But anyway, I don't know, I've never checked it. I've never checked to see how strong tinsel cord is. Can you throttle somebody with tinsel? But he's going to have a go, but he knocks a Santa Claus. There we go, and that starts singing. Merry Christmas. What does it say?
Traitor.
Too far. We go too far.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
That's just talking. I thought it was singing. There's a traitor. So he goes running off, and she goes running after him, and he shuts himself in this room, and she can't get in. But then here comes Johnny Legs, Mr. Scrooge. I'm going to call him that, by the way. Every time I see John Leguizamo in the film, I'm just going to say Johnny Legs. That's what we'll keep calling him in the commentary. Anyway, he throws a fire extinguisher against the door, and in the commentary they were saying, I don't know if it was, I think it was just after they'd finished this filming this or something like that. They saw a Mythbusters episode where apparently this doesn't work. Like if you shoot a fire extinguisher, it doesn't explode. But it was too late. They'd put it in. It was the main part of the film. So he shoots it, blows up. There we go, knocks him backwards, and they capture Santa Claus. Yes, because I didn't. I think it might have been in the same episode of Mythbusters where they showed that a fire extinguisher doesn't explode if you shoot it, and the same with if you shoot the gas tank, as we call them, a petrol tank, on a car, it probably won't explode either, probably. And also, I did see one where you see them dropping cigarette butts onto petrol, to blow up a gas station or whatever, and apparently that doesn't work either because a cigarette isn't hot enough to ignite, the gasoline. I wouldn't risk it anyway. But anyway, so she's watching. She see that down there. Trudy's up in the attic. She can see her down there. They're interrogating Santa Claus. He's looking in his sack and he's pulling out gingerbread's pulling out gift after gift out of the sack. So now, how's all this fitting in here? But pulling out all the gifts. So all Santa's gifts are all this red striped with green bows. So if I get any gift, I hope I get a gift like that. I've been nice, Santa, I have. Anyway, I hope I'm on his nice list. There we go. Doesn't make sense. Look at all this stuff he pulls out a guitar. Look, it's just wrapped in the exact shape of a guitar. That's some proper wrapping, is that, isn't it? Yeah, but it took ages. Anyway, so he says, I'm Santa Claus. And he starts going through his names. Says, so you're Mr. Scrooge. Says, who are you? So this is where he starts saying who he is. I am Weihnachtsmann. Julenissen. Schenk Lauren. I don't know where that's from. I've never heard of that one. Is that Far Eastern? Or it could be Finnish for all we know. I don't know. Finnish is a weird language, isn't it? Babo Natal, Père Noël, Kris Kringle, Jolly old Saint Nick. So obviously they don't believe him. Very funny. Where's your reindeer? He said, they were on the roof, but they buggered off. He says, but somebody did drop, one of them did drop a, where does it go? Check. Tasty log up there. Prancer left a tasty log up there. Anyway, so obviously they don't believe him. So they're gonna kill him. And so where we learn Mr. Scrooge's Jimmy's why he hates Christmas. This is his Gremlins bit. Why I forgot her name in Gremlins. Phoebe Cates in Gremlins. She told the story why she doesn't celebrate Christmas, and now we're going to learn his Christmas story. That his dad, when he was 10 or 11, his dad got laid off from work. Obviously, lost his job, and so that Christmas they didn't have anything. They didn't even have a tree. Didn't have didn't have an artificial one. I don't think I've ever had, or maybe once, as an adult. Once, I think we got a real tree, I think, and we never bothered again. We got a fake one. Anywho, where were we? So they didn't have a Christmas dinner or anything. They had nothing because they had no money. And then he saw his neighbours all enjoying all their Christmassy stuff. He could see them through the window, making merry, and he hated them. So he broke in. They would look through their window, mocking me. So when everybody was asleep, he broke into his neighbour's house, and he was going to steal all their stuff. But then the granddad of the house interrupted him, and then fell down the steps and died in hospital, and they blamed him for it. But anyway, and then he says, he said, I tried to tell them that, and then he goes, maybe I did push him. There you go. But anyway, so it set him on the path to what he is now. He hates Christmas, but he's an arch villain. But anyway, and then Santa says, I don't get involved in people's lives. He says, well, maybe you should. Starts screaming at him. And this is where he starts telling the names. Says, Bjorn. Didn't you like the bike I got you when you were 12? And says, how does he know that? There you go. Back in 82, that was it. You wrote to me 50 times about that. And then he says to her, she's called Kira. I think she's Kira. Yes. You made your brother eat worms. You're on the naughty list. How does he know about my bike? Says, everybody wanted a bike. So he's going to shoot him. So prove to me you're Santa. And then it starts snowing in the house. And so, it's snowing. But it's Trudy upstairs. There we go. Dumping styrofoam, as you call it over there. We call it polystyrene, whatever. My mate calls it polytrene. Styrofoam. She's dumping that in the ventilation things. So good to be switched on. Pardon me, it's got to be switched on, isn't it? It's not clogging it all up, but whatever. So I think it's snowing. But he says it's not, it's styrofoam. Anyway, he gets out of his bonds, and then just as they're looking away, them two, Candy Cane and Mr. Scrooge, and Gingerbread, Bjorn, goes to see to Santa, and just as he's about to shoot him, he gets to his nose. His powers are coming back now, look, because Bjorn believes he's Santa, I imagine. And he goes up the chimney. There we go. But he even got a shot off. But so where did he go? So he went up the chimney. And Mr. Scrooge says, maybe I had to rig him some pulley system. He said, no, he'd never fit up there. But anyway, so they were saying, incoming. So here comes the kill squad are coming. So here comes the cavalry. So they realise now, says, you're done for. Obviously, he's not going to say that. So Krampus belts him. Anyway. But Morgan Steele jumps up, and he's going to be the hero. Jumps up and kicks over Krampus, and goes, ah, and then jumps through the window. Kill him, babe, and then just jumps through the window. Father Ted style. And off he goes running off. Jean-Claude Van Dipshit, he goes running off. He encounters the kill squad. He's even saying it, look. He's even saying it. Barrel row. Oh dear. Anyway, so he introduces I'm August Steele, the actor. Thank God you're here. Thanks for your service and all that. And he says, no, we're on the timetable, and they kill him because they're bad guys as well. They're in on it with Mr. Scrooge, just like John Amos and his squad were in on it in Die Hard 2 with Franco Nero, whoever the bad guy in that. Anyway, so what's happening here now? Oh, yes, Santa's seen that. He's up on the roof, by the way, Santa now, looking down. He's seeing what's happened. He opens up his naughty list, and you see it says naughty there. These are all the guys he's looking at down below. They're all on the naughty list. Steve Jackson, Kenny Inard, Andre Whitman. So are these the actual actors? I don't know. Brandon McNamee, I don't know. Juan Rubio, Danny Hildebrand, Mads Hollum, Justin Banakowski, no Mike Dupod, is there? Brian Burke, Pedro Alexio, Martin Hilderod. How was this going to go on for? Richard Wampler, Alf Grixton, or Crickson, whatever. Michael Pipe. Oh, there we go. So they're all on the naughty list. Loads of bad guys. The kill squad. Anyway, so there you go. So he's telling him that what you doing? Just letting your prisoners just run out. And he says, well, we've got somebody running around. We've got somebody doing a John McClane basically. But anyway, they're kind of believing he's Santa. There's something weird about him. But anyway, they've got a big gun, so they're starting shooting at the roof. Shooting at Santa. But then he jumps off the roof. There's a stunt man. And he's going to go running off to a barn or a shack or something like that. A maintenance shed or something. A tool shed in a minute. Meanwhile, they're getting in the vault because Commander Thorpe has brought a key. So, how he's got the key, I don't know, but he's got the key to open the vault. You can go through all the, the computer stuff to do all the locks and stuff, but you need a key to actually open it. There we go. Oh, a skeleton key. Oh, no, fair enough. Why have they got that? Don't know, but they have. Anyway, so there we go. So they get in. It's where also Commander Thorpe says, as a kid I loved unwrapping Christmas presents so much that my mother, or ma, whatever, mom, would give me empty boxes wrapped up for me to unwrap because I just loved unwrapping presents that much. I didn't care that there were nothing in them. I just loved opening presents. And then they open the vault and we see there's nothing in there. There's no money or a few bills lying on the floor, but the money's not there. So, like in Fifth Element, and he's wanting the stones into his Gary Oldman, they're never there. But the money was supposed to be delivered. Somebody must have intercepted it. Anyway, we're going to learn later what happened to it. She's looking out of a window, much like Caesar in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but not. Anyway. There he is in the tool shed is Santa. There he is. What looking at there? Is that? Oh, it is Santa. I wonder who those legs what? I was confused then. He thinks he's done for his Santa. He's obviously tired and he's done in. And there's too many naughty kids. They're all on his list. All these bad guys are all on the naughty list. So he thinks everybody's naughty and says, "What's the point in carrying on?" But there you go. He's in that structure over there. Body cams on. So they're all going to pile in and take him out. This is the bit we're on about. There's just loads of bad guys coming at him in this shed. That's just wants to his one wish for Christmas. He wants to see Mrs. Claus. Tell her how much I love her, and he takes his ring off and then drops it. But as this is happening, Trudy's saying, "You can have a Christmas wish, and you can make that wish come true." And then he drops the ring, and it rolls and lands by a big sledgehammer. There it is. So is that his Christmas wish? He wanted Skull Crusher, so he's got one. So he's going to give them their lumps. Because he says, "What do you do with naughty kids? I give them lumps of coal." He says, "Yeah, give them their lumps." So that's what he's going to do. Take that coal and shove it straight up their anuses. I don't know why he says that, but where they're going to shove it. So here they come. So cool action scene, very violent. He's just swinging his hammer around, showing off he's got a man bun. What's that on me? I saw something on the brim of my cap there. Probably dust. Anyway, swinging his hammer around, and here they come. There we go. So we're going to start taking them out. There we go. He's hitting them with the hammer, breaking their legs, smashing them in the head. Gruesome. It's all very quick. It's not gory particularly. The odd spray of blood. So he's taking all them out. Oh, I gets that. What is that? Is it a sledge, whatever? I think it is, isn't it? Gets that fella with it anyway. So he's angry. Where's the money? And this is where he shoots up the Christmas tree. And he's gonna kill. He says, if nobody tells me where the money is, I'm gonna start shooting you. And then Bert says, "What if you shoot the person who knows where the money is?" Anyway, there you go. If you randomly shoot somebody, what if you shoot the person who knows where the money is? But he says, "I hate you." Anyway, so he grabs Linda and he threatens to shoot her because she won't know anything about it because she's not family. She's just married into the family. Meanwhile, he's taking out all these bad guys. This is where he's Chekhov's candy cane, because he started sucking on the candy cane before he started fighting. And now it's gone to a point, like they do. I'm sure that happens in another film, and I can't think what it is. I'm sure I've seen it in another film where somebody sucks a candy cane to a point and starts killing people. Is it Jack Frost, the horror version of Jack Frost? Can't remember. Anyway, so he's taking all these out with his candy cane, stabbing them with it and all that. There we go. This fella's outside, he's watching. So it's like Aliens, where they're seeing the signals lost of all the body cams that Santa Claus is taking out. They just happen to have some ice skate boots hanging up there. So he starts taking them out with that. Because apparently at this point now, because people are starting to believe in him again, he's starting to believe in himself again now, which is why he can take on all these loads of bad guys, when earlier on he was struggling against just one, wasn't he? But now he's getting like his full Christmas magic Santa killing machine strength now. Anyway, so and uses one of the ice skates to cut off one of their heads because his body falls off because it's all gore. That's probably the goriest bit of the film, to be honest. Maybe. Apart from this, I've just remembered this bit. Whatever this is, what they call them? It's a wood chipper or something, like that, and whatever. Somebody's going in that. He wraps up some of the soldiers in it's a cord, and he chucks it into that, and they're pulling them in. So some of them go in. Oh dear. Reminds me of Lobo versus Santa. I don't know that. Is that Lobo? Is that who Jason Momoa was playing in the new Supergirl film? That Lobo? I don't know. Anyway, right. So he's dealt with all them in there, and there was just this one fella left. So he goes running off, What does he say? Oh, Jesus Christ. Says, nope, just jolly old Saint Nick. And he goes running off. Throws the hammer at him. And it goes doink. And then he, he takes a grenade out as this fella, and then Santa just takes it off him and shoves it up his tunic. There you go, a stocking stuffer, and he's walking away. He said, I've got to watch. Boom. And he goes, ho, ho, holy shit. Anyway, this is where he's, there you go. This is where he's threatening Linda. He's going to shoot Linda. So he says, I did it. I was going to steal the money. I knew it were coming, so I took it and I've hidden it. And I was going to take it with my family. This is where he tells what we're going to do. And, by tomorrow morning, nobody'd known they'd know what I did. But we'd have been gone with all that money. They were saying, I moved the money. So, anyway. But, says, well, show us where it is then. Where have you hidden it? So they take him out. Anyway, meanwhile, these two have found some of the traps that Trudy set up. As we see, there's some spiky stuff there. Look at this little idiot. Won't be saying that in a minute. But anyway, so they've found her. So he says, I'm coming. Anyway, he sees this nail stuck up here. Obviously, he's not Emily Blunt from A Quiet Place. She didn't see the nail stuck up, did she? God, I hate that film. Anyway, says, oh, look, booby traps don't work unless you hide them. But then he's going to go up the steps. And, for Pete's sake. And then we see that she's cut one of the rungs. When did she do that? I don't know. But anyway. And he didn't see that. And then he gets a nail through his jaw. I bet that stings. So anyway, so she climbs over him, does candy cane. I'll come after, I'm going to kill her. He extracts himself from the nail. And then falls off because he gets a bowling ball in the head. Because it's gone all home alone now. I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? There we go. Doing. That'd have killed him, wouldn't it, you'd think? It'd be a bowling ball. And lands on all them, so he's all spiked with them. And she's bowling balls are coming after her now. Bounce. There we go. Broken leg, but whatever. He pulls one of the nails or whatever it is out of his bum. Is that what bum blood looks like? I don't know. But then he gets another bowling. Yes, this bit. Yes, this is dopey. This is dopey. There we go. He pulls it out of his bum, and why is he looking at it like that? I've no idea, but he's got to for the next bit to work. He's looking at it like that. And then Kira, Candy Cane, says, she's saying, you're dead, you. And she kicks one of the bowling balls behind her. There we go, that one. She kicks that, and it's this one that... so she actually kills her own chap. She kills Bjorn. Thunk, there we go. The nail in his brain, so he's dead. And then he falls on the spikes again. There we go, I think he's dead now anyway. So that's the end of him. She's hiding in the corner. Somehow she's found like Roger Rabbit glue, because she thinks she's stepping over a trap, but then she gets stuck to the floor with Roger Rabbit glue. Like what Judge Doom was stuck on. So she's stuck there, and she falls. She gets knocked over. She throws like a punching bag at her, or swings on the punching bag, knocks her onto the glue, so she's stuck to the floor. She pulls herself up and rips all the back of her head off. I think down to the scalp. She'd be in agony, but she does get up. There you go. Down to the all blood coming out. Down to the bone there, look. Anyway, so she's going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I got you now, kid. But she throws some more stuff at her, but she just bats them away. And says, I'm gonna kill. So he's got a gun there, but luckily Santa appears out of nowhere. There you go, and just whacks her with his sledgehammer. Don't know where he came from. Maybe there's a chimney in there. I don't know that he appeared out of. I don't know, but it just appears to save the day. Justin says, okay, it is getting dope. Oh dear. So anyway, knocks her flying. And says, I knew you'd come. Yes, anyway, ho ho ho. But he's got to go and deal with, I forgot her name already, Kira, Candy Cane. He's got to go deal with her. It says, Trudy, just close your eyes and turn around and put your fingers in your ears and start singing Jingle Bells just while they go and have a chat with her. And says, you were about to murder an innocent child. She goes, innocent? But it's naughty. And then he just executes her with his hammer. There we go. Luckily it doesn't show it. So that's more. They're running out of bad guys, aren't they? Anywho, this is where we find out where Jason's hidden the money. He's hidden it in the nativity scene. There it is. He's hidden it in the bales of straw. All that money. The $300 million. So there we go. In bags. How many bags would you need? I suppose it depends what denomination the notes are. I don't know if it tells us. Does it? Can we tell? $100 bills, I think. Yeah. How many $100 bills do you need for $300 million? 3 million, wouldn't you? Anyway. Where were we? Yes. So he says, load it up, boys, and kill the hostages. And he said, what? But, so they're going to kill her. So he says, time for murder. So he's getting ready. And I don't know why he just doesn't shoot him. He's got to decide which one he's going to shoot first when they're all arguing over who he should shoot first. She said, no, kill her first. There's no, kill her. And he faffs about that much. Why don't you just go and just kill them both? But all three of them, I mean. But no. He faffs about that much. This is where we learn that she's an engineer. She's saying she's not even in the family and all that. She's an outsider. But she thinks she's better than us. But I think Linda sort of like points at, nods towards Alva's drink that she's holding, and she nods, winks to the fire, and she throws it. There we go, into the fire, and it distracts Krampus with the flame, and they just batter him to death with the pokers and stuff that are there next to the fire. There they are, just beating him up, just battering him. Well, we think they've killed him. They say, is he dead? But then he sits up again and she just stabs him in the neck. A lot of neck stabbing in this film. There we go. Like that. And that finishes him off. So, anyway, so Santa arrives with Trudy. And so, saying, I'm safe. This is my new friend, Santa. So, this way, he gets the gun. He gets, what's his face? Krampus's gun. And he says, does anyone of you know how to use one of these gizmos? And somehow, Linda knows, and I'm not sure how, maybe it's mentioned. Wasn't the crazy guy in Jason vs. Fred? Yes, I think he was, wasn't it? Yes, now you mention it, yeah. He played, like, the stoner guy, didn't he? I think. Let's have a look. I thought he looked familiar. Brendan Fletcher, he's called. Let's have a look. I think it is him, yes. I think you are right. Yes, Freddy vs. Jason, yes. Yes, it was him, yes. Cool, him in Fargo as well. There's been loads of stuff. But yes, it is him, I know what you mean. Yes, he was the friend in the asylum. They broke out of the asylum, didn't they? The two guys. So, hang on, does it say here how she knows how to use a gun? Anybody know how to work these gizmos? I think so. Oh, there we go. I used to hunt with my dad. Right, fair enough. So I missed that earlier on when I was watching it. And so he throws her the gun. She's a really good shot with it. Here she is. Look, that's taking out the bad guys. Obviously, they open fire on her. And... ducking for cover, But anyway, all hell breaks loose. So they're shooting at her, and one of the they're riding off, by the way. Commander Thorpe, Mr. Scrooge, and a red shirt. They're riding off on 3 of the snowmobiles. They've got the money on the snowmobiles, and off they're going. And hang on, missed a bit, I think. Because a bad guy's going to shoot her any minute now. Where is it? There's one with like a sniper rifle. Here he is. There's one that's it. He's got her in his sights. Look, he's going to shoot Linda. But then Santa arrives with his sledgehammer and smacks him. And takes out some more. Gets a snowball and compacts it really hard and takes out that fella. He'll be back, I think. I think that's him, the wrestler, I think. Anyway. She shoots a fella in the... There you go. In the nethers. Accidentally. Yes. Santa gets this fella's leg twice. I don't know why. They show it twice. There you go. He smashes his leg there. And in the commentary they said, we'll just show it again, because it's obviously just the same shot again. They just copy it and just show it again. Let's just show him breaking the leg twice, because they're just brutal. But anyway, so he's got to go after the snowmobiles. So he's taking the manger. So sorry, baby Jesus. He's taking the manger, which just happens to be a sledge. Anyway. So they said, who was that? He said it was Mr. Claus. Anyway, right, so this fella's here now. She's run out of bullets, so they're going to fight. There they are. They're fighting. He's chasing after the snowmobiles. They're fighting. He's going to use his... Here we go. He's going to use... There, he's on his sledge now. He's going to take out the red shirt at the back. There he is. Just lands on the snowmobile with his hammer. He's still got that in his hand, and knows how to use. Doesn't know how to fire a gun, but can drive a snowmobile. So here he goes, going ho ho, because he's Santa Claus. After Mike Dopud, is that how you pronounce it? Don't know. Anyway, all right. So she's. I think he's knocked out Jason. By the way, he's hit Jason. Jason's like out of the picture. He's going to just start throttling Linda in a minute. Mike Dopwood gets knocked off his snowmobile. Alright, he'd also been fighting with, I think, what's she on with him? Yes. They've got Gertrude, Beverly D'Angelo. He's got Gertrude, and she's struggling, so he throws her off. That's what he's doing there. So he's thrown off Gertrude, she lands in the snow, and then he hits that, and he lands in the snow as well. We'll see him again in a bit. Meanwhile, Santa's still after Mr. Scrooge. Look, she's okay, Gertrude. She sees a gun. There we go. Right, so this other fella is throttling Linda. She's going to, again, it must be a Die Hard 2 reference, because this happens in Die Hard 2, doesn't it? John McClane gets an icicle, and I think this is a plastic one, but in Die Hard 2 it was a real one, wasn't it? An icicle, and gets the fella. I think in Die Hard 2 we got him in the eye, didn't he? It's in the neck, because a lot of neck stabbing in this. So, there we go. Right, so, alright, and they embrace, yeah, and kiss, and she sees her mum and dad get back together. Does Trudy look? Yeah, Christmas wish has come true, because, it's a time for miracles. Anyway, right, so he's still after Mr. Scrooge, and he sees him, he's just standing there in front of another shack or whatever, saying, come on, I'm over here, come and get me. So he's doing a Predator, Arnie and Predator, isn't he? But obviously Santa's not too bright, so here he comes at full pelt, and he just ducks out of the way, and there's a big tree stump there, and Santa hits it. There we go. And flies into that shack, or whatever it is. And the snowmobile's in there as well. I'm going to show it. Pete's sake. The snowmobile lands next to him. We see it somewhere. It's upside down and its wheels are still, its tracks. That's like good. So he's going to start shooting up that place. Then he goes in, and so they're going to start fighting. Oh, yes, he picks up Santa's list. He's going to show it, and he opens it up. There we go. He opens it up. Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. Naughty Jimmy Martinez. So he says, "You are the real Santa," and it does show. There we go. Killed his best friend, spreads misery, thief, broke his mother's heart. Oh, did I say anything else? Oh, hang on, we have more. Murderer, greedy, selfish, hates Christmas. Is there any more? Oh no, that's it, isn't it? Hang on, here we go. Income tax fraud. Just the cherry on the cake of his naughtiness. Income tax fraud. Anyway, so it says, "You are the real Santa." It says, "Well, I'm still going to kill you then, and we'll do away with this whole holiday." There we go. This whole goddamn holiday finally ends. But it's Santa's... The reason of Christmas is not Santa, is it? It's not the giving and receiving of gifts. It's Christ's Mass. It's the celebration of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ and all that, isn't it? Santa's a side thing, isn't it? Santa is actually, I suppose you could say, it's a part of the pagan aspect of Christmas, isn't it? But whatever. But it says he's going to kill Santa, and then Christmas, will end. But there he is. So Santa's holding him over the tracks, look, off the snowmobile. But the fighting. He's got his sledgehammer, and there we go. And he's got his other things, and there we go. The shack's going to blow up now because there's a spark that's done that. And they run out, and it all blows up. Hang on, where are we? There we go. Boom! All blows up. So they're going to fight outside. There just happens to be like a chimney stack that's just standing there with nothing around it. Was it there before? I don't know. Or is it because it's all blown up? Has all the wooden parts blown away? I don't know. It's just there now. And somehow now he's got... I don't know if we noticed it. I don't know if we saw him put them on inside. I don't know. But so now he just happens to have crampons on his boots. So look, he slips on the ice to Santa, and we see that Mr. Scrooge has got crampons on his boots. I'm going to show it. And I don't know when he put them on. They did mention it in the commentary as well. So where did he get the crampons from? It's movie logic. But they're just suddenly there. So he can get purchase on the ice. But anyway, so he's winning, is Mr. Scrooge. He's beating up Santa, and he even impales Santa's hand into this chimney stack that's just, or chimney half, whatever you want to call it. There's it's there. There we go. He's impaled his hand and stuck it to the fireplace, and he's going to finish him off now, but obviously he doesn't. This is the last Christmas, and then he grabs hold of him, and he pulls his hand off, and he goes like that. Any minute now. He said, "Not if you still believe," because he believes he's really Santa, look. So he does the nose thing, and he goes up the chimney, but he's got hold of Mr. Scrooge and drags him up and basically just crushes him to death in the chimney. Because Santa appears at the top with a smashed up corpse of Jimmy Martinez, and he just chucks it. It's all gruesome. There's all blood spraying everywhere. There we go. We won't dwell on that. So that's the end of that. So that's the main bad guy dealt with. So it's like going, ho, 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 we've won and all that. And then suddenly gets hit with bullets and falls off. And then Commander Thorpe arrives. Says, "Don't know what's going on, but this ends now." But then another is about to shoot Santa in the head. But then another gun arrives, and this is Gertrude. She says, "Damn right it does," and she takes him out. So that's him dead. And everybody else arrives, and is gravely injured, is Santa. And, "Oh no, Santa, you can't die." He says, "It's okay, I've had a good innings and all that stuff. He says, but I'm cold. I've never felt the cold before. He says, we've got to warm him up. But the fires are going out. We need something to burn. So obviously, he gets some of the money. Not all of it, but he gets some of the money and starts burning that. But he still dies. So saying, thank you for believing in me, he says, and it's all very sad and stuff. But he's gone as Santa, and they're all saying, oh, we believe in him, and they're saying, yes, I believe in him too, and so do I, and he says, I believe. She says, oh, I do as well. And she goes, yes, I guess I do too, and then Alva says, F me, I believe too, and all this Christmas belief and Christmas magic. Brings Santa back. He comes, he wakes up and says, Christmas magic. Keeps saying in the film, by the way, he doesn't know how the Christmas magic works. He just knows it does. He doesn't understand it himself. It's just, things happen. And he doesn't understand it. Anyway, he gets up. Obviously, all his wounds are healed, so he must be like Wolverine or something. Jason says to him, I don't know how to thank you. You saved my family and all that stuff. I don't know how to thank you. He says, well, you brought me back from the dead. We'll call it even. And then we see that the reindeer are back. There they are. Hang on. Say, look, Santa. And the reindeer are back. And so he goes over and plays pop with them. The real reindeer, again, like earlier on when we saw them, they filmed them elsewhere. I think they just filmed one reindeer and digitally composited it in many times. It looks pretty good, I must admit. So they are real reindeer, but they weren't actually there. Anyway, so he's playing pop with them. Look, you left me. But then we see they went home and brought his spare sack. So how did they know? Because they went at the beginning of the film, didn't they? I missed a bit earlier on. When they were interrogating Santa earlier on, Mr. Scrooge and Gingerbread and Candy Cane, Mr. Scrooge grabbed Santa's sack and threw it in the fire and it burnt. And Santa was like, going, no, the kids' presents and stuff are in there. But that one ages after the reindeer had buggered off. So anyway, so he says, you went for my spare sack. I says, I can't stay mad at you. So he's caressing one of the reindeer here, which is actually, they said that it was just on set, it was just a table with some fur on top. Then they digitally composited the reindeer in. So maybe that's a CG reindeer, I don't know. Or maybe it's one of the real ones, but I don't know. But anyway, he's hugging a table with fur on there. But anyway, see, there's a note. Hang on, I've gone too far. There we go. Thought you might need this too. Says Mrs. C, his wife, and it's his hammer. He picks it up. There you go. And little Trudy says,
Sure.
Skull, Pete's sake.
Hello, beautiful.
Skull Crusher.
Skull Crusher. So he's got his hammer. A bit late now, but never mind. Maybe he'll go for some more adventures this Christmas Eve. Who knows? But he says, I've got to go now, but thank you for believing in me and bringing me back from the dead and all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. So go be with your family, and I'm going to go and finish delivering. Because remember, all this is taking place on Christmas Eve, probably in real time, to be honest. So off he goes, defying gravity. Right, the reindeer. So, which one did they miss? Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comic Cupid, Donner and Blitzen. Yeah, did they say them all then? How many has he got then? 2 and 2, 3, 8. Yeah. Come on, you beautiful bastards! And off he goes into the night, and then that's it. That's the end of the film. They are doing a sequel. I don't know what it's going to be about. But there's one last bit, like a mid-credits, but it's not much. There you go. It's just Bert on his phone doing his probably on Instagram or something, saying, "Yep, this guy's dead. Bert Locker, living the dream. Santa's real." peace out, do better. So there we go, that's it. But they did have another one where he went back to that fella where he left the piece of coal, where the man that had the daughter in the crib, and this is where he threatened him, do better, I'll be back next year, and it won't be. It says, shove the coal up your bum or something. Do better, and then he goes like that. Justice says, where's Rudolph? He did mention Rudolph earlier on, didn't he? Because he played number with them before they left him. They were saying, Rudolph wouldn't do this, because one of them, Prancer, had pooed or something. And so Rudolph's not there. They don't need him because it's not foggy, maybe. I don't know. They just need him for the foggy Christmas Eves. Anyway, so there we go. Great film. I do like Violent Night. It is I think it's a modern Christmas classic. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I don't think there's anything else at the end. Let's just double check. I did watch it to the end. No, that's it. Done. Done and dusted. Yep, it is a lot of fun. I do like it. And everybody plays a good part in it, particularly David Harbour, who is, is a good actor. I like David Harbour, but like a lot of Hollywood actors, is an idiot on social medias, but whatever. But he's good in his roles. So there we go. He's in Stranger Things and Thunderbolts and all that stuff. He was good in James Bond. They were in, which one was it? Were it Casino Royale he were in, or were it the second? Were it the Quantum of Solace? Can't remember. He was in one of them. One day he played a baddie CIA fella, didn't he? In one of the James Bonds. But anywho, so there we go. So that's that for Violent Night. Great film. Go and watch it. You can get it on Blu-ray. I presume it's on 4K. Links are in the description for other places you can watch it online. It is a cool flick and a modern Christmas classic. So there we go. Right. So we'll leave it there. What's coming up next? I ain't got me, because I forgot my schedule. I keep forgetting my schedule, don't I? My Christmas schedule. When my computer's ready. Justin says, it was fun. It is a fun flick. I do like it. And everyone has opinions. Yes, they do. What am I doing? Oh, my schedule. Yes, seeing what's next. Because I can't remember. Where have I put it? Here it is. What we on? We've just done that. Next Monday is Muppet Christmas Carol. That's what we're doing next week. And this Friday, for Friday Night Appointment with Fear, is the Ginger Dead Man. So that should be fun. Which I've never seen the Ginger Dead Man. But it's got Gary Busey in it, so it must be amazing. But next Monday is Muppet Christmas Carol, which I do have down here somewhere. There it is. Muppet Christmas Carol is next week. Cool. Right. Yes, rest in peace, Rob Reiner and his wife. It is, yes, very sad. They've arrested his son, haven't they? And then he stabbed him. Does his son have drug problems or something? Probably. I don't know. But yes, it is very sad. Out of the blue. There's always a tragedy at Christmas, isn't there? I'm sure there'll be others. But anyway. Right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks, Justin, for the $2 super chat and joining in. And thanks, Wingrace, as well. Did anybody else pop in? Let's have a look. Nope. I'll just check on Rumble, make sure nobody's said anything on Rumble. No, they haven't. They rarely do. We haven't even had a stream boo on Twitch. Never mind. Right. So, we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. So, hang on. It says, prayers to people in Australia. Yes, that tragedy there in Australia, wasn't there, that shooting. Seems a bit weird, the circumstances around that. There's some weird stories going around, but anyway. There always is. But yes, that's very sad as well. So, there's always something, isn't there? And there'll be something else. Coming up. I'm sure there will. There always is. Anyway, yes, you take care too, Wingrace. Right, so we'll leave it there. So, hang on, let me get sorted before I do my end bit. Where is it? There you are. Right, so thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. Merry Christmas. Try not to get involved in any tragedies. And until next time, I'll say this.